our young Gorgon has run straight into a giant. A whole herd of them, Scutosaurus. But with creatures this size, he could easily be crushed. His frantic mom has only now realized he's missing. As long as they remain calm, our little guy should be safe. Up here in the mountains, lightning strikes are common. None of which is good news for our youngster. The herd can sense the imminent thunderstorm, and they're getting restless. Caught in the middle is our young Gorgon. One wrong step, and he will be crushed to death. His panicked mom needs to find him. She spots him, and her every instinct is to save her son at all costs. Our mother succeeded in protecting her little one. But in doing so, she made the ultimate sacrifice. This pliosaur is pregnant. For the last 18 months, she has been carrying just one baby, and her due date is at any moment. Our pliosaur mother-to-be needs to eat 1 ton of food a day to support her and her baby, but she's growing desperate. Her feeding grounds are shrinking, squeezed between hot waters above and deadly stagnation below. There's danger in these shallows for massive creatures like her. Any of her pod could easily get stranded on these sharp, treacherous reefs. Most are forced to turn away. But our pregnant mother is prepared to take the risk. She's desperate to nourish her unborn baby. And now, she's stuck. If she can't free herself, she will die. She risked everything for her baby. Now, she leaves hungry and wounded. She returns to the safety of deeper water, yet her troubles are not over. There is a new threat on the horizon. Out at sea, it is chaos. Her baby finally arrives. Now, she risks all for her new son. She must lead him to the raging surface to breathe. His first breath could be his last. Against all odds, the baby pliosaur has survived the storm. Unfortunately, our brave pliosaur mother's heartbreaking dilemma cost her her life. Usually, he would spend his first 6 months with her, learning to hunt. But his mother's pod made it through the storm. And now, they surround him. They will care for him until he can look out for himself. He will never know what his mother sacrificed to give him life. It's a fluffy, newly hatched dinosaur. He is just large enough to have strayed from his nest. Ichthyornis, a predatory seabird. He doesn't see a vulnerable hatchling. He sees lunch. He never should have left the nest. Spinosaurus. One of the largest carnivorous dinosaurs ever to walk the earth. This massive predator would normally stick to the rivers and deltas for her prey, but today, she's used her deadly 6-foot jaws to rescue her own tiny baby. His siblings are glad to have him back. For this new mother, as with most new mothers, keeping her baby safe is exhausting. Plus, mom hasn't eaten or slept in weeks. As the afternoon drags on, the heat has made our mother Spinosaurus drowsy and lethargic. And it's causing her hatchlings to suffer in the nest. With each minute of direct sun, they risk dying of heat stroke. Finally, their mother hears them. She moves out from under the trees and provides shade for her babies. Relief, for the moment. Our mother Spinosaurus is starving. She leaves her nest in search of food, like the lizards. She goes into stealth mode. She needs this food to save herself and her babies, but the rocks slow her down. Now, the hurricane is upon her. With a 40-foot storm surge, she has no time to get back to her nest. Eventually, the super hurricane passes. But it has completely changed the shape of the coastline. Thousands of square miles of forest have been torn down and flattened. But amidst all the wreckage, some of the most vulnerable have survived. Our Spinosaurus hatchlings miraculously escaped the worst of the storm. Even more incredible, their fearless mother is still there protecting her little ones. She's battered and bruised, but her will to survive brought her back to her babies. Lush, waterlogged swamp forests cover the land. And down among the roots live countless strange and wonderful creatures. A little amphibian called Diplocaulus. This is a very special night for her. It's that time of year when she looks for a burrow to lay her eggs. But this riverbank is fully booked. Every mother is taking advantage of the damp night to find their own nesting spot. As morning dawns, our Diplocaulus mom has been busy digging, and she's made her own burrow in the riverbank. Here, water from the swamp has created a tiny pool. This is where she has laid her eggs. Over the next few weeks, this mom will dedicate herself to protecting her brood until they hatch. 2 weeks on, and she's still devotedly tending her eggs. But she can tell something's not right. When she laid her eggs, they were underwater. Now, some are exposed. The water level is dropping. And the reason lies far beyond her little burrow. For millions of years, these trees have been rotting down on top of each other. Carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere have been dropping, and the whole planet has started to cool. With cooler seas, there is less evaporation, less water in the atmosphere, and therefore, a drier climate. This means dry seasons are getting longer and droughts worse in the swamp forest. The consequences could be devastating for our caring mother. As the swamp drains, she tries everything to keep her babies from drying out. If this drought continues much longer, her baby-filled burrow will become a tomb. Against all the odds, our Diplocaulus mom has managed to keep enough water in her burrow for her eggs to survive. And now, they're starting to hatch. A miracle of new life. But unlike their mother, they can only breathe underwater. For now, they have feathery gills that absorb all the oxygen they need. It will be 8 weeks before their lungs develop and they can breathe on land. To save her remaining babies, she carries them in her mouth down to the stream. She has spent weeks fiercely defending these little ones. Now, there's nothing more she can do. They are on their own. Our mama bear has poached a fresh carcass. After months of only their mother's milk, this is the cubs' first taste of meat. But Mama Bear senses something's not right. She leads her cubs back up toward their den, high on the hillside. Thousands of cubic miles of glacial meltwater tear across North America toward the Atlantic Ocean. This event, 12,000 years ago, is one of the greatest flash floods in the history of the planet. Two months after the catastrophic flood, a landscape decimated by water and ice. Desolate, lifeless. Except our bears have survived. Mama Bear's instinct saved her babies by heading up to the den. At this time of year, they should be feasting. Instead, they are all starving. Another creature that has survived the flood. A huge, male, short-faced bear. But he's not interested in mating. He's hunting the cubs. is larger. This mom will fight to the death to defend her young. The winner of this battle will decide the cub's fate. A truce. For now.